I'm like, man, and I'm like, dude, I'm the kind of person I have a hard time handling one wife sometimes, much less 7, 8, 9 of them.
Do they write to them in jail and like send pictures? Hey,
I don't know.
Got your 14-year-old. I know you were saving her for something good, but I got her now.
Dude, that's the other thing that's rampant up there, and that church covers it up.
Oh, yeah. Just, what is it, 12? I think is what they consider the minimum-ish age.
Yeah, it's something like that.
It's nuts. It's sick. It's.
But I lived there for a year, and I was always astounded because you'd see, okay, well, so-and-so sentenced to so many years for polygamy. More times than not, man, you'd see it in the next couple of days. A couple of the other ones go over there in the middle of the night and kidnap all their wives and take them back to their compound. Like, what is going on?
Did you see where that bar in Minnesota, they had masks for like infants? You know how like everybody in China is wearing a mask now? Well, they got masks that are for like infants as well. And so this bar had bought a bunch of those masks, and anytime they serve a Corona, it comes with a mask on it.
Hey, some of the pictures coming out of China are hilarious. I saw somebody that looked like they were on a subway and had their cat with them, and they had a mask on their cat.
Yeah.
And then I've seen people that take like the water jugs out of like a water cooler and cut the bottom of them out, and they're wearing those over their heads.
Oh, just like the shoulders, cut the shoulders out. And
they got these big jugs on their head. I'm like, is that approved? I mean, is that going to fight the coronavirus?
I don't think so. And I can make a joke about this, but nobody would get it.
Is there a phone ringing in the studio somewhere?
No, not mine.
I could have swore I heard a phone ringing, not like a cell phone, like an old bell phone.
Oh, weird.
Oh, speaking of phones, dude, I'm a little sad.
Why?
Our good buddy Johnny Simo, who we have always talked about how impressed we were that he was podcasting off an iPhone. He now has his hands on a laptop and a real microphone.
And you know what?
I'm telling you, man.
It's that last podcast, or the one they did, sounded great. The last podcast they did over at the
outdoor show.
Right. Which, by the way, that was a cool setup, too.
Oh, very, very.
I got to see the pictures.
Man, I feel like we're putting to bed a very prominent moment in podcast history. Like, Simo jumped over to the technology side of things, and I'm not gonna lie, man, it kind of took some wind out of my sail.
Well, I mean, we kind of did the same thing too. You know, we shot and edited 420 Eats with iPhone, and I think we're gonna stick with the iPhone vibe, but we're definitely not gonna edit it with an iPhone. So
we've got so much more available to us now in Premiere Pro.
We're jumping ahead a little bit in technology, just a little bit. And Johnny did just a little bit. He's got a snowball mic. Sounds a whole lot better than that phone. And I think he was still Skyping through the phone. But
yeah, they're still using Skype. I did tell them that they need to jump on the Discord band, so maybe we could help them out in that area.
Mm-hmm.
But I am kind of bummed that he's not going straight old school style and doing it with his phone anymore. I mean, that was pretty impressive.
Yeah, we deleted a lot of them. You know, some people can do more with less.
Yeah.
And the only thing he wasn't using was a flip phone. You know, I mean, other than that, that's the only decrease in technology from that.
That's just it, man. I've had people contact me, and ask about our show and like, how much money do I have to invest to get started to do something like this? And
you don't.
Dude, I mean, I get a lot of people contacting me and wanting to know about that and YouTube channels and vlogging and how much money you really have to put out there. And I'm telling you, Casey Neistat said it in a trailer on his YouTube channel. You basically need 3 things. You need an internet connection, a phone, and an idea. And if you have those 3 things, you can get on YouTube, you can start a podcast. And there's nothing more true than that.
Yeah. You can do a podcast, you can do a vidcast, you can do anything from a phone. Now, do you get to sound as buttery smooth as us? No. We could literally bring in a rock band and record on
our equipment.
We're blessed to have, some of the best podcast equipment out there, period. and that's okay. But it takes money to do that. You know, it's just like anything else. You know, if you're driving let's say you're racing Saturday night special out at your local racetrack, you know, and you're in a $1,200 car, you know, you can still go out there and win races with $1,200 car, but you can't go to Charlotte Motor Speedway and run that $1,200 car. You know,
no,
you're going to spend.
But you know, it gives people a place to start.
Sure,
and it gives you something to aspire to get to. You know, I mean, I tell everybody, man, start with what you got. You know, I mean, I keep talking about, and I do need to put together, and I've got kind of some clips to start it. I'm probably going to put a video up on the channel about creating on the cheap, because I promise you, the stuff that I use by no means is top of the line. Like I shoot everything with a Canon T4i. Canon just brought out the T7i. So my camera is far from being state of the art and up to date. But I mean, you make do with what you got. You learn tricks and you learn hacks, and you make things look the best you can with the equipment that you have, and you run with it. You know.
Well, you know, Casey Neistat's favorite camera is one of those little point and shoot Nikons.
Yeah,
not even a DSLR.
And that dude has got multiple, like, you know, Canon Mark.
Oh, he's got $7,000 DSLRs.
Yeah, you know. So I mean. But he prefers to run around with that little point and shoot.
Because it's easy.
I mean,
it's accessible, it's easy, and boom.
A lot of guys use a lot more GoPro footage or even iPhone footage.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, the newer iPhones, they all shoot in 4K. I mean, you can do a lot with a phone. So, yeah, I mean, that coming full circle back to Johnny. Johnny's got his own laptop now. He's got his own microphone now. He's in the big leagues, man.
I did dig the audio, and I did let Todd know that, man, this sounds so much better. I didn't go as far as to say, man, that's buttery smooth. It's not completely buttery smooth, but, you know, that's not what they're going for. You know, they were just going for a little more clarity and for more balance. Balance was the big issue for them. Mm-hmm. You know, because sometimes on that Skype audio feed coming from a cell phone, you know, you can't really tell in your headphones when you're recording, you know, exactly where that audio signal lies as far as amplitude, unless you're running stuff through a board and all that mess. Well, now, you know, that can all be brought through the board and back into the computer, and it balances everything out. It's almost no different than sitting next to each other in a studio, with the exception of sometimes you can have some audio lag or something of that nature, and that's due just to the internet speed and connection. You know, if everybody jumps on the internet at 9 p.m. to watch something, you know, if people are streaming a certain show that comes on.
The Kardashians take Manhattan.
Right, whatever. You know, all of a sudden everybody's bandwidth kind of goes to shit. So, it's the story of our lives, you know. It is what it is.
Technical.
Speaking of technical, I'm surprised that Simo has not texted us, Marcoed us, or anything during this podcast, because he always does.
Oh, he sent me a Marco at like 2 minutes to 7, and he even made mention, like, it never fails, man. Every week he pops up when we're recording.
It's my homeboy. Man,
I tell you, man. I mean, there's a lot of, I don't know, man. This show, like, you guys can't tell. We literally walked in the studio tonight. Titty was running a little late. We sat down, and as Titty said, he's been so busy in his day job, he hasn't been able to this week. I'm kind of leaning towards us just going off the cuff and bullshitting, man. The political shit is so depressing right now. I don't even know if I want to get into it, man.
Well, there is one thing that I do want to get into, seriously.
Which is
I need something to play my intro music to.
Let's bring it back. I've missed this segment for a long time, for a year. Let's bring it back.
We're going to
go ahead and take it, and let's do it.
It's time for James Woods Tweet of the Week. Here's one he said 2 days ago. Trying to out-Trump Trump as a campaign strategy. Here's this pickle pirate talking tough on the campaign trail. Pickle pirate. Pickle pirate.
I'll give you 3 guesses who he's referring to. Shots fired.
Pickle pirate.
That's hilarious.
Pickle pirate.
I don't know if I've ever heard that before. Man, like the money shot for this show would be that if we ever could get him to come on for 3 minutes and bullshit with us. I mean,
oh God,
oh my God, dude. We should go on like a campaign to try to make that happen. Just start tagging him and everything on Twitter and just bring the heat at him and see if we can catch his attention.
You know, here's the thing. What if he wanted to come on as a guest? You want to talk about pucker factor?
Oh, man.
What the hell do you ask James Woods?
Oh, well, first off, what do you not ask him? I mean,
well,
God, but where do you start?
Come on now, James. You can say it. You can say it on the Teddy and Shiner show. Does Buttigieg have a nice ass or what? And he'd probably say, "Well, it's better than Pelosi's."
No, kid, man, he beats her up. He's been on it. He's been on this deal because they indicted Smollett.
Mm-hmm.
Smollett got indicted.
He sure did.
6 counts. he's been blasting Smollett today. This has been hilarious to watch.
Yeah, but Smollett, dude, you asked for it.
Oh, he's still trying to say he's done nothing wrong.
Dude, you can take that white supremacy fake bullshit and shove it up your ass. Nobody wants to work with you either. Have you seen Jesse Smollett in any kind of acting job at all?
I saw a meme of him today, and half of it was his picture, and half of it was the 2 Nigerians that he had involved in it. And it said Jesse Smollett, the first person to scam Nigerians, the first USA citizen to scam Nigerians.
Speaking of which, have you gotten that phone call about your Social Security number being suspended?
No, I haven't got that one.
Oh, I've gotten that like 10 times.
Is it an actual person or is it recording?
Well, it's a recording, and then you hit 1 if you want to stop this from happening. So I hit 1, and of course, it's thank you for holding. My name is Craig. I am with the Internal Revenue Service. May I have your name, please? I said, you called me.
Yeah.
You know my Social Security number, obviously, because it's getting suspended. Why don't you tell me who I am? Click.
I've had them tell me they're from the FBI, and I ask them what field office they work out of and what's their federal employee identification number. And it throws them for a loop. They always make up some city that doesn't have a field office. And then they start screaming at me that I think it's a joke, and they're sending agents to arrest me.
Awesome.
Okay, cool. I get the one for my car warranty all the time.
Yeah, your warranty.
Extending my car warranty, and then you start asking them questions. They'll start talking shit to you.
What? They don't talk shit to me.
Oh, they get shitty with me, man.
Well, they can't. How much more new can my truck be?
Well, I got sideways with one of them, and he hung up on me, and then his supervisor called me back to talk shit to me.
Really?
I'm like, wow, yeah, I got him wound up.
Bring that on. What kind of car do you got? I got a 2000 Buick LeSabre, buddy. Warranty's been out for a little while, but I'd sure like to get that thing back on warranty just in case.
Just in case something goes awry.
Right. Even though it's a $500 car. People do anything to scam you.
I feel bad for you. You see stories on the news every now and then about elderly people that get taken. I feel bad for those people, man. They had some old lady locally. They called her grandson in jail, and she needed to send a bunch of money to bail him out. And then she sent him it. Then they called her back and said that he had new charges filed on him, and he needed more money. They got her like 3 times. I'm like, this poor old woman, man. How could you, man? I don't know, man. I don't understand people like that. Like, how can you go to bed tonight and go to sleep knowing you did that to somebody?
Duping the elderly.
Yeah, like, man, come on now.
All I need is just for one of those people to show up at my house. I won't get one of my guns out. I promise. I will just whoop the stink out of your ass on my porch. That's all.
Whoop the stink out of your ass.
I will.
Dude, they need it, man. I just can't believe people do that kind of shit.
Why people don't want to earn a living and they just want to scam you or take the easy way out or this, $15 an hour minimum wage. Again, we heard that during the debate. $15 an hour minimum wage. Oh, awesome. So lettuce has gone from $1.69 a head to $3.69 a head.
Yeah.